Oops.
What's up, baby? Are we doing it again? It seems like we're doing it again. Welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. I'm your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother Misinformation, Brian Licata. Good morning to you. I say morning, but it's like afternoon, right? But either way, man, good morning to you, man.
It's morning on the West Coast, baby.
It's morning in my head right now, man. I'm operating on 3 hours of sleep.
As you should.
My alarm clock kept waking me up like every half hour. That alarm clock being mama, just throwing up she threw up like 4 times today, man. She's a puker.
Any idea what's with her stomach? Is she just...
She's always been like that, man. Since she was little. I'm trying to get higher bowls for her. I think it has to do with her leaning over to eat. They say they get anxiety when they don't like leaning over, so they eat faster. You know. She goes like a week or two without, then she starts throwing up again. I don't know. It can't be good. I brought her to the vet. There's nothing wrong with her. So, you know. And I don't know if I mentioned last week, she's growing her pants back finally.
Do you think she's bulimic? Is that what it is?
No, she's not bulimic. Oh, well, maybe she is. Who knows? Yeah, maybe.
I mean, she's throwing up. She's got all the signs of bulimia.
She does. She's thin, you know, but she keeps telling me she thinks she's fat. So, yeah. Who knows? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she just needs to see a psychiatrist. Hey, what's up, Jasmine? My daughter's on with us. Big up to my daughter. She just became certified for interior and exterior designing. So if you need anything done in your house, man, go check my daughter out. Hit me up, inbox me, and I'll hook you up with the info because she's a beast at what she does. Love you, mama. Glad you're here. Yeah. You mentioned my new hat. I got my new hat. It's the Mother's Day edition.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's what they wore on the field. Boom, boom, right here.
Okay.
It's what they wore on the field on Mother's Day. But I rocked it even before they did. I want to give a shout out to Sports City over in Atlantic City, man. They're located at 208, the Pier at Caesars, where we used to do the shows in the mall. There's only 2 stores in that mall, the candy store and my man who's been fighting to survive over at Sports City. If you're looking for any gear, any kind of sports gear, hats, his selection is ridiculous. Go show some love to the mom and pop stores in Atlantic City and go check out Sports City. My man gave me this shit on a Friday. He wasn't supposed to start selling them until Sunday.
Ooh, love that, dude. You love when you got the hookup, bro.
Yeah, so I was rocking it before the Mets were rocking it. You know,
very nice. Very nice.
And they got their asses beat on Mother's Day. I know their mothers were ashamed of. They got beat, man. Very upsetting to watch. But you know what, man? The hat looks good. I like it.
It looks good on you too, bro.
Little pink and gray. I could do. Everyone's been saying they don't like me in the light hats.
I prefer the dark hat on you, man. I'm not gonna. To be honest with you, I don't. If it's not an all white hat, I'm not a fan of light hats. That's personal opinion, though. And the other thing is, I don't really like the blue Mets hats either. You know, the color
the royal blue. Not a big fan of it.
It just doesn't look good. Royal. Yeah, man. Yes.
I mean, I rock it, but it's not
Same.
my
Same.
It's not. I prefer the black or the navy that looks like the Yankee hat. Let's keep it real. The Yankees have the hat, man.
The Yankees have the hat. Yeah, the Yankees have the hat.
The navy blue hat is the shit. I'm not even gonna lie. I've had one Yankee hat, and that's only because it was like encrusted in like fake diamonds, and it looked nice. I'm not even gonna say diamonds. They weren't diamonds. They were. I'll be lucky if they were cubics. But the hat looked dope. You know what I'm saying? Big up also to everybody. Shout out from Rated G to everybody who showed up last night for the Not Quite Tuesday show over at the Grizzly Pear. It was popping. So big up to everybody who came and did their job, both the crowd and the people. It was a dope, fun time. You know. And how's everything going with you, man? You were away again.
I was, yeah. And I'm actually, I'm trying. I have some stuff on my phone that I want to pull up and show you from my trip. So I was in Denver. Oh, my dad's calling me. My dad's calling me. Should I answer?
Put it on speaker. Let's give old dad a shout out.
First, hey Pop, you're live on the podcast. And my mother. Say hi. Okay. You're live on Rated G. How are you guys doing? Where are you guys?
What's up, Gary? Very well.
Happy belated Mother's Day.
Did you take care of it in Atlantic City?
I'm trying, man.
He's trying. He's trying.
You know, but they're trying to hold me down. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Can I call you guys later? All good?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Love you. But
love you. Oh shit.
Yeah. Easy, Tiger. Yeah. So I was just in Denver, and that's what we're talking about. And I don't know. Gee, have you heard the theories about the Denver airport?
No. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the one that has all like the demonic shit throughout it, gargoyles and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually did a whole thing on that on the JoJo and Scotty show with
JoJo and Scotty
on Conspiracy Mondays with JoJo and Scotty. 107 100.7 FM.
Okay. So let's look at
gotta get that shit right. Yeah, I seen that shit, man. It's creepy. Did you go there? Were you in there?
So yeah, I was in the airport. So the interesting part about the airport, dude, is right now it's all under construction. The Great Hall and everything where there is a lot of these things is all under construction right now. So, you know, this was one of the gargoyles that is it's in a briefcase, you know, which I didn't really notice that. I took the picture quick, as you can see, because this was there, and I looked directly into this camera, and I was like, "Oh shit, man!"
And they were like, "We got another one. Yeah. We got another one who noticed the gargoyles. You're lucky you even made it on the plane, dog."
I know, dude. I know. Like, look at this thing. So that was the one thing I saw. So now, have you heard of Voodoo Donuts? Right? Have we talked about this before? Voodoo Donuts.
No.
It's Voodoo Donuts is a chain out of Voodoo Donuts out of Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And it's odd. It's odd, right? It's odd for a number of reasons. So let's go Voodoo Donut. They got this like weird logo. Let's just see what other kind of shit they got on here. Oh yeah.
You on their logo?
Yeah. Here, let me download it and I'll make it bigger. But you see, the magic is in the hole, right?
The magic is in the hole.
Now
that looks like a booty hole. That looks like a gaped booty hole. That's what you get when you watch a porno with those dudes that have the voice from the main dude in Taken. You know, when he goes, "I've got a particular set of skills." Whenever you hear that voice in a porn, you're gonna see a butthole that looks like that. Those guys are some serious gapers. Those freaking, what are they, like some sort of Russian or something? Big gapers, man. Yeah, man. There's something up there. I'll tell you one person who ain't going to get no donuts at Voodoo Donuts.
Well, you can make that too, because when I got off the plane, what I wanted was something sweet, because it was or when I was getting on the plane, it was later at the night. I had already had dinner, so I was looking for some sort of dessert. And then I saw the donut shop, and I'm like,
little donut might be good right now.
Yeah, but then I looked at the menu, and I thought the menu items were a little And then I've heard stuff about Voodoo Donuts before, stuff that let me see if
I'm sure they probably got a couple of and listen, this is just my thought. I don't want nobody saying this is misinformation, because I'm not saying that this is what they do have, but I would not be surprised to see a couple of baby foreskins in those ingredients. All right. And I wouldn't trust a jelly donut. I'm just saying. I wouldn't trust the Boston cream either, to be honest. Let's just stay away from any kind of filled donuts at Voodoo Donuts. Connecting the dots between Donut Gate and Pizza Gate. Ooh, was sweet. Because I just said that, now people, you're gonna have to go to Rockfin or Bumble or Rumble to check this out because I just mentioned, the OPG. Portland-based Voodoo Donuts has become the subject of a far-right conspiracy theory. It's always a far-right conspiracy theory. Are there ever any far-left conspiracy theories?
2 years after a DC pizza shop was similarly targeted, how and why are these specific accusations flung into business? Okay, so let's get into it. Last week, iconic Portland bakery Voodoo Donut was the subject of a devastating rumor. Online conspiracy theorists allege that the bakery is at the center of a child sex trap ring.
Fucking horrible that you can't even just read what's in the news anymore, man.
As internet-fueled rumors increasingly do, it all began with the YouTube video. Before diving in, it's important to note that this is a familiar story, blah, 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 whatever. The trendy donut shop opened in 2003 as a distinctly different sort of bakery. Instead of cutesy cakes, it with pink frosting and sprinkles, Voodoo has menu items like the cock and balls, the maple blazer blunt. Much of Voodoo's branding is dripping in double entendres. Its motto is, the magic is in the hole. Its box bears the quip, good things come in pink boxes.
Oh, my Lord. And not for nothing, isn't it crazy that we can say cock and balls, but you can't say child sex trafficking? You can say cock and balls. That won't get us thrown off.
The original shop is located in Portland's gritty Old Town, a bright pink bastion amid a gray buildings and grayer skies. Voodoo went something like a punk twist on a bakery to a tourist trap. There are now multiple locations, including shops in Denver and LA. Hold on. All right. So in the video published August 4th, which has since been removed, a guy named Michael Whalen explains conspiracy on YouTube by channel Lift the Veil, who recently attended an event at Shannon's home where he witnessed partygoers abusing children. Whalen even threw connection to Comet Ping Pong, the pizza shop at the center of Pizzagate, saying some of the employees of the pizzeria were at the Voodoo Donut party. Lift the Veil, which has 63,000 subscribers, features videos about how the moon landing is rigged, the iPhone 7 can control your mind, and a handful of recent clips linking Macaulay Culkin to Pizzagate, now Donutgate. Shortly after Whalen's first interviews, the stories picked up by InfoWars and QAnon, the latter of which has only recently come into collective consciousness. The New York Times explained, all right, whatever. I'm gonna try to find
yeah, I don't know nothing about it. I would not be surprised. Whenever those places kind of pop up, you kind of always say, what's up with this place, man? Let me get a cock and balls donut.
And it's famous. Fast. Right?
Yeah.
Like everyone knows, like a lot of people know Voodoo Donuts.
I never heard of it till today, but like I said, I mean, I would not be surprised. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not giving an opinion on whether I think it is. I don't know enough to give an opinion. Where did we read that from? What was our source on
The Ringer.
The Ringer. Is that like a legitimate, or is that like The Onion?
It's definitely not legitimate.
Yeah, so it's about as legitimate as Rated G.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take that lightly. Although, I wouldn't say to just dismiss it. It's so crazy. It's probably true, but I don't know.
They had a voodoo doll donut too, and I was like, I'm not fucking eating that, dog.
What did it look like? Did it look like a voodoo doll?
Yeah. You want to see a picture of it? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check it out. I would expect that like in New Orleans. Oh, man, doesn't even look good.
No, it doesn't. Right? Like, what flavor is that black color? Is that chocolate?
Filled with baby blood. That's what I think. I'd stay away from any filled donut in that place, man. I'll go for the old fashioned, the nice dry old fashioned. Okay, yeah, that's crazy, man. And there's probably a whole bunch of people bringing their kids to that place, ordering the cock and balls, letting their kids order.
So now, this was also out in front of the place. I snapped this photo.
Good old aliens.
Mm-hmm. And there was a bunch of these. And now, do you see what's on the center? Do you see what's on the center of its head?
No, what's it say?
It's a pyramid with the all-seeing eye.
Right in front of your face. right in front of your face. Because here's the thing, man. Like in today's day and age, man, you know, anybody who even just dabbles in going online, you know what I'm saying? At some point, it's going to come across the information of what the eye is and the signs of Illuminati and all that stuff, right? At some point. So why, if you're not down with it, would you put out stuff to make people think you are? You understand what I'm saying? Because it's not like it's a good thing to be down with it. Well, I mean, I guess it is if you're down with it, you know what I'm saying? But like, in other words, most people are like, yo, that's your average person's. Well, your average person don't even know anything, man. So I guess that's why they do it. They put it right in front of your face. Now I'm even more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Suspect.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work. Suspect will work. I'm even a little more suspect. You know.
Okay. Now I have one more video that I want to show you from my travels.
But now wait a minute. Hold on, before you go forward, let's go back to the airport. That's the only picture you took in the airport, because they have a bunch of stuff.
Those were the only two things that I saw that were worthy of taking a photo. Like I said, the Great Hall, which is so here. I'll try to find the picture of it.
Like, if people don't know the conspiracy theory on that, bring that up. You could bring that up. There's a quick video on that. You know, like there's a lot of weird stuff there. Like that gargoyle, if I'm correct, there's two other ones, because that one's covering his ears, and I'm pretty sure there's one covering their mouth and one covering their eyes with the whole see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. That's basically what it is. But they have a bunch of stuff on there, man. They have like some sort of wall.
So you see, this is the Great Hall.
Yeah.
Now all of this was under construction. So like this whole center part.
Yeah.
You couldn't even go in. They had like
a plastic thing drop from the ceiling.
Bro, no, like exactly like wood. You know, like when you're in the city, when they have those wood walls, like the thick wood walls. Yeah, that's what it was.
Probably doing sacrifices. You know, it's probably some turning of the moon or some shit right now, with summer coming. They're probably in there doing some sort of crazy shit.
Dude,
I don't trust any of those motherfuckers, man. They're all suspect to me. You know, they were all freaking suspect.
Do you want to watch the video from United that United Airlines put out about it? Because they have a video.
United Airlines has a video about it. It's probably like bigging it up. Let's check it out. Let's see what they have to say about it. How long is that? Oh, short video. Okay, let's check it out. Oh.
The footage you're about to see has been hidden from public view until now. This
prior to
archival
COVID-19
footage exposes some of the weirdest and most frightening theories about Denver International Airport. From demonic horses to aliens, feast your eyes if you dare.
If you dare.
Since opening in 1995, some people have come up with wild, emphasis on wild, conspiracy theories about the airport that are unheard of and unfounded.
Exactly. Have you heard about the horse?
Everyone coming into the airport has to pass by this, a demonic blue horse with glowing fiery eyes. Is it a curse? Who knows?
Actually, it's a Mustang. And it's meant to represent Denver as a gateway to the American West.
Have a look at this.
Really?
This artwork is located on the Concourse train station.
So tell me that it doesn't look like post-apocalyptic ruins.
Where are people getting these ideas?
The internet.
Denver International Airport's public art program dedicates 1% of every construction project budget that goes directly to art, which leads to some really interesting art. There are over 40 installations that people really seem to enjoy.
But there are so many other signs that fuel these conspiracy theories. Like, take a look at this. New World Airport Commission. Who are they? I've heard that that's a moniker for the Illuminati.
Did you see the Freemason?
Is a complete
I saw the Freemason thing. I was about to mention that. You can see the Freemason thing right when he goes to bend down.
It's right here.
Right there.
There's one, and then there's another one on the floor.
New World.
Yep, it was right there on the floor.
World Airport Commission. Who are they?
You hear the whispering that they put in the background too?
Yeah.
Can you hear that? Listen, when you play it, you hear.
No, I hear it.
I've heard that that's a moniker for the Illuminati.
The New World Airport Commission is a completely made-up name. When we opened in 1995, we were a new type of global airport, but that group never existed.
All right, so what about this one? Hey, you.
Hold on.
They just put it up there, but it never existed.
Like, take a look at this. New World Airport Commission. Who are they? I've heard that that's a moniker for the Illuminati.
The New World Airport Commission is a completely made-up name. When we opened in 1995, we were a new type of global airport, but that group never existed.
All right. Hold on.
What does that even mean?
First of all, it says contributors. It says
so
that
many
they're
other
contributors.
signs that fuel these conspiracy theories.
Never existed.
Take a look at this. New World Airport.
Look, right underneath, contributors. This is the people who contributed to the New World Airport Commission. They contributed to that. I think they would be very interested to find out that it doesn't exist, that it's a made-up name and it doesn't exist. But yet you have a list of contributors right underneath it.
Who are they?
Who are they? Good question there.
I've heard that that's a moniker for the Illuminati.
The New World Airport Commission is a completely made-up name. When we opened in 1995, we were a new type of global airport, but that group never existed.
All right, so what about this one? AUAG. AUAG. Australian antigen. The rumored poison of choice for the Illuminati.
No. We're in Colorado. Look around. Colorado's a mining state. That's a mining cart. AU is the atomic symbol for gold, and AG is for silver.
But what about the tunnels?
You want to go see the tunnels? Let's go see the tunnels.
See, these tunnels underneath the airport are used to hold secret meetings for aliens and lizard people.
Wait, is that a baggage cart? Yes, that's a baggage cart. It's not so fancy down here, is it? There are more than 1,000 people who work down here in the tunnels.
So what are you saying then? That all of this weird phenomena isn't related to some huge conspiracy?
Yes, that's exactly what I've been saying this entire time.
Huh. So whether you choose to believe or love to debunk, next time you're at Denver International Airport, feel free to explore.
Wait, no! Interview's over! Interview's over!
United Airlines did that. All right.
What are they trying to say, dog?
Two things right off the bat. The blonde chick at the end.
Yeah.
Yo, what up, traveling runner? So nice of you to join us, man. We appreciate you. Two things. The blonde chick at the end, right?
Yeah.
She looks like she eats children. She looks just like, she looks like the woman you would see in any of those demonic movies where like the husband is secretly trying to have his wife have sex with the devil. She would be like one of the neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Who comes by with that crazy coffee for her to drink every morning. She looks like she eats children. And the other chick, the one doing the whole thing, she kind of reminds me of the same chick who did the town hall meeting with Trump the other day. Just a mean, it's like everything about her was condescending. You know what I'm saying? Her whole attitude was like very condescending. Like, oh, these people think the wildest things. She didn't bring up the gargoyles. She talked about the art, but if you want to talk about the art, let's talk about the art. The art got shit of children being abused and all kinds of crazy shit in the art. You know what I'm saying? They skimmed past it real quick, but they didn't stop to show that one piece where it was all painted because that shit got a lot of symbolism in it too. Okay? Then she says that other thing is a made-up name, but yet people contributed it to it. I think they'd be very interested to know that it's made up and it doesn't exist. And she says it like we're stupid. Like, she's saying it like, oh, that's a made up name. Yeah, because most people get like plaques. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's check it out. Denver International Airport dedication capstone. Wellington E. Webb, Mayor, Governor, Secretary of Transportation. Roy Romer, Federico Pena.
Oh, that's a time capsule. That's what it is, right?
The time capsule beneath this stone contains messages and memorabilia to the people of Colorado in 2094. The most worshipful Prince Hall, Grand Lodge, F&M of Colorado and jurisdiction, Claude W. Gray Sr., Grand Master. Most worshipful Grand Lodge of ANF&M of Colorado, Benjamin H. Bell Jr., Grand Master. March 19th.
So it's obviously whatchamacallit, Masonic.
Yeah,
and how come she don't bring that up? She didn't bring that up at all because they have nothing to do with Illuminati at all.
March 19th, 1994, New World Airport Commission contributors Martin Marietta Aeronautics Fentress Bradburn Architects, and Zimmerman Metals. Those are the people we need to Google.
They probably don't exist either. It's all made up. Even though I like the symbol because it has a G in it. I was going to get one of those before I knew what they were. Anything with a G, I always want to grab. You know what I'm saying? So I almost bought one of those. I almost bought like a diamond one once that I saw. And then someone was like, you don't want to get that. Even though, who knows, I could have got it. They would have thought I was down and then kind of just, moved me along a little bit. I could have probably got pretty far till they realized that I was just.
Now, what do you think Martin Marietta is? Or who is it? Do you think it's a person?
I think it's like some sort of conglomeration or something, some LLC that doesn't exist.
Lockheed Martin, dog.
Oh.
In 1995, through the merger of Glenn L. Martin Company and American Marietta Company in 1995, it merged with the Lockheed Corporation to form Lockheed Martin. That's where the Martin comes from, dog.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, dude, like she said that shit like she proved her point. She didn't even bring up the gargoyles. What's with the gargoyles? And the horse? It's Denver. It's a Mustang. The thing got red eyes that at night, dude, you could see the thing from miles and miles away. It looks like his eyes are on fire. Are you kidding me? You want me to? Why is it that your explanation is harder to believe than the crazy conspiracy theories of the far right? That's the question I got. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't take me to be a very gullible person. I don't find me to be. I'm not going to say I've never gotten taken. I bought fake weed before too.
So the Fentress Architects, right?
He's breaking it down. Yo, Brian's in the flow right now. He's breaking it down. What do we got?
So they have designed a bunch of different projects, right? Aviation, civic centers, government, museum, and culture. So let's just go to some of these, right? Huntsville Courthouse, a U.S. courthouse. The Royal Norwegian Embassy, U.S. courthouse. Colorado Judicial Center, courthouse.
Hall of Justice.
Yeah, Hall of Justice. Larimer County.
So they build the churches for the religious left. They're the church builders.
And then they do laboratories.
Oh, they do laboratories too?
Interesting, dog.
They probably also build bat caves.
Oh, military. Oh, Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, these motherfuckers build bat caves.
Oh, new facilities, new airports. Airports, dog.
No regular buildings. They don't build shit for the regular man. Just courthouses, airports, and governmental buildings. So, in other words, they're connected, to say the least. Never even heard of these people. And that's the thing, people, the richest people you never heard of. All the people that you hear of, they're the ones just to keep us occupied.
And now the last company, Zimmerman Metals, been around since 1936. Let's see what their story is.
See what their story is.
I feel like they have like a Germanic background of some sort, Fortunately came to the States in 1939.
39. I feel like there's a lot of war criminals working for this place.
It's a privately owned, family-oriented business. Dude, that's Bill, who was a renowned ornamental metalworker who apprenticed in Germany.
I was just about to say, dude, look at that dude. Look at that guy, man.
Bill's entrepreneurial drive shows on the boat ride he took from the U.S. in 1923, when Germany's economic situation was desperate right after World War I. In the spirit of "We do the impossible," he made everything from roof trusses to signage to metal doors.
Zimmerman. Is Zimmerman a German name?
No.
Or a Jewish name?
German.
German, right? I would think it's German.
Yeah.
Zimmerman. I would think it's German. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. So all these people who are all legitimate people and well-connected people, they all just decided to make a fake name and say that they were contributors to a fake thing. We don't believe you. You need more people. I don't believe. I'm sorry. I'm not convinced. Nothing you said convinced me that people are bugging. Where do they get these weird conspiracies from? Wow, no, you got Masonic shit all over the place. You got gargoyles. You got a big blue fucking. And if I'm correct, the big blue Mustang represents something in some story or some shit, some sort of like apocalyptic story, or even in the Bible, maybe. I can't really remember. But yeah, there's something. How did you feel when you were there? There's a question. Before you even noticed that, did you even know anything about the Denver?
Oh yeah.
You already knew about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't really give you, because I was looking for stuff, you know, and this is something that I've been trying to do more recently, because I've been seeing other videos of people talking about like places, and I think we've talked about this. I've been watching a lot of mud flood videos, you know, a lot of and I've been reading the Bible, particularly Genesis, recently. So I'm kind of like connecting a lot of things, you know, one of them being the story of the flood is in all of the three major Abrahamic religions, right? It's in Christianity, it's in Judaism, and it's in Islam, right? They all share the same Old Testament, more or less, you know, the same creation story, so to speak, you know. And I'm very into history, particularly ancient history. And now that I'm reading this, I'm like, yo, there's a lot of stuff that fits from a lot of these different things. And you know, I've never really seen this theory by anybody else, but my theory really is all of these things can be true at the same time. The Bible can be a historical text and a written religion from our creator, right? And there could have been a civilization on this earth for hundreds of thousands of years prior to where we're at now. You know what I mean? And like all these creation stories, like there really isn't a definitive time frame in between the story of Adam and Eve and then Abraham. And all these people lived for like 800, 900, 1,000 years or whatever. So there's tons of time before the flood, right? And that flood is said to have happened when? About 3,600 years ago or something like that, right? 7,200 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not good with knowing the numbers, but a while ago.
But that also aligns with Babylon and like really the recorded history that we have now. And we have all of these relics like the pyramids that are all over the world that could have come around from the same time before the flood, you know? So what I'm starting to say is just open your eyes for stuff that's out there, right? And something that I've been watching is they talk a lot about the stone buildings, right? Like you look at like the Capitol building, a lot of old buildings in like historic parts of the U.S., like the big old block buildings. We don't build anything like that anymore.
No.
And that's one thing that they look to, like how old are those buildings, you know?
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of like genealogy when you look at the other books as to, you know, who came from who and what bloodline they came from, which is how they were able to kind of figure out some sort of time space on that. You know what I'm saying? In other books of the Bible, they go through the genealogy of Abraham.
Yes. Yep.
And then in the New
Who
Testament,
are the sons?
They go through the whole genealogy of Adam to Jesus. So, you know, through that, they were able to kind of come up with some sort of timeline. That's how they come up with the timeline. But I will say this, man, there's a difference between reading the Bible with secular eyes and reading the Bible with and being read the Bible to you from the Holy Spirit while you read it, because the Bible truly is the living, breathing word of God. You're reading Genesis. What's the first thing it says? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the truth of the matter is, I never really understood that, and it's something that for me is hard to explain. But all I could tell you is, when I used to try to read the Bible, I used to find it, you know, I couldn't even get through it, to be honest. I just couldn't get through it. And when I finally asked God to come into my life and to show me, that's when the whole thing became open, and I couldn't put it down. It's alive, it's breathing, it speaks to you, dude. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, man. I've been reading for like probably a half hour or so a day, easily. For the
Yeah,
past
it's hard.
weeks.
It becomes hard to put down, you know. And I've read a lot of books, and I read a lot of books that, like, I read, you know, I kept no book has moved me like that, man. I mean, it's the living, breathing word of God. God is alive, and he's a God that interacts with his people. But he's not a bully. You know, he says, I stand at the door and knock. Whoever opens it and lets me in. You, my friend, have the door open. It's like you're sitting there talking to the Jehovah Witnesses. You know, only, you know, it's the true living God. It just comes to a point where you have to invite him in. You have to invite him into your heart. You have to say, come into my heart, man. Change me. Show me who you are. Teach me your ways. Change my heart. You know what I'm saying? And then all roads lead to Jesus. That just happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't looking for Jesus. I was looking for God. You know, I was just looking for God. I was just asking God to come into my life, man, and show me if you're real. If you're real, then you should be able to show me that. And he started showing me things. You know, we spoke about this. I thought I was going crazy, but the road, you know, all the roads that he showed me, it all came back to Christ. You know what I'm saying? It all comes back to Jesus. There's something about that name, yo. It either makes people smile or makes people angry. It's one or the other. It's not a name that gets said and there's no reaction to it whatsoever. You know, there's something about that name. Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? You know, I know why. Because the name, you know, the name brings conviction.
Right.
You know, because if you're to admit that everything that he said is real and that he is who he said he is, then, you know, you start to realize that, you know, without him, you're kind of screwed in the game.
Right.
You know, we're in a sick, fallen world, everybody, myself very much included. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but like no one who doesn't know they're sick goes to a doctor.
Right.
You know, so in order to change, in order to know God, first you have to realize that there's a reason why there's no connection right now, and that reason is sin. So how do you reconnect? How do you make up for that sin so that you can have a relationship with God? Well, that's Jesus. Jesus paid the price on the cross so that we can have interaction and fellowship with our Father, our God, and you know, once you start to do that, man, I mean, listen, people are always quick to throw it away. Like I told someone one time, you know, they're like, be careful when you're driving and this and that. I said, listen, Jesus is my co-pilot. That's who I trust. I trust Jesus more than my freaking seatbelt. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And they were talking to me like I was crazy. They were like, and I'm like, but you believe Fauci. You put your trust in Fauci. You put your trust in man, and that's fine. Most people do. Most people will put their trust in man. They'll put their trust in the police. They'll put their trust in the government. They'll put their trust in Fauci. They'll put their trust in their doctors. That's putting your trust in man. Okay, that's fine. I'm not knocking you for doing that. Do that. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I'm going to put my trust in God. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go to a doctor. But I'm gonna pray that God gives that man the talent that he's given him, the blessings, the talents that he's given him, and he makes him work to the best of his ability to take care of whatever he has to take care of for me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not a person who gives props to the created. I give props to the creator. You know, and that's all it is, man. You know, and then you get those people who say I'm crazy. It takes more faith to not believe in God. You understand what I'm saying? When you see it all around you. And people say there's no proof.
But it's because they're not looking.
Yeah, because there is proof.
The perception, you know? They got to have the lenses on, bro. They got to have the right set of glasses looking for it. You know?
Take this picture behind me, right? Take that picture behind me, the picture of the guitar, right? We don't know who the artist is, right? We have no idea who the artist is, but the fact that picture there says there's an artist somewhere. That picture was created by an artist. How do we know? Look, it's right there. You understand what I'm saying? When you look outside and you see fucking trees dying every fucking winter and coming back to life every summer, there's something behind that made that happen. My car, I don't know who made my car, but I know there was a maker of my car, because my car is out there and it moves when I step on the gas. You understand what I'm saying? So that tells me there was a person somewhere or something that created that car. A person created a motor, a person, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, the proof of God is all around you. You know, just look at the beach. Go to the beach. You know, Lauren, what's up, mama?
Yo.
Go to the beach and go look how the water comes up this high and then goes back down. And then at night, it gets a little higher, but it goes back down.
That's just the moon, Gary.
Go watch a video of, even if it's the moon though, go watch a video of tsunamis and shit like that and see how much water is actually being held back.
Dude, it's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? So who tells the water you can only go this far? The moon? The moon tells the water you can only go this far. Okay. But who told the moon to tell the water that? No matter how far you go, it's always going to come back to a creator. And this is something that scientists have realized. So when people say believe the science, trust the science, which is a very new term, trust the science. Never heard that shit. I didn't hear that shit for 50 years.
I know. Yeah, I saw
the last 2.5.
Yeah, I was reading some article the other day. I think I sent it to you. I was like reading it, and I was like, what words are they even using in this?
You know, it's all words of manipulation. That's all it is. It's all word. They're spells, dude.
I know.
That's what it is. They're spells. It's all in the spelling. And they get people to believe, and then believe what you want to believe. That's fine. You could think I'm an idiot. That's fine. This is America. Think I'm an idiot. It doesn't affect me in any way, man. My rent still got to get paid by me. So, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I choose to believe. It doesn't remove me from reality. And it doesn't make me better than anybody.
Oh, here, this is the other video I wanted to show you. So I was walking down. I went down the Punchline, San Francisco, the other night to see a show.
Yeah. How was the Dave Chappelle show?
Amazing.
I read an article about it.
Oh yeah. They were all one of his jokes was, he's like, man, I love San Francisco, and I just got one question. What the fuck happened to this place?
He said, y'all need Batman.
Yeah, he said, you guys need a Batman.
They got to call up that steel place that makes all those underground that makes all those airports. I'm telling you, those people make bat caves.
Yeah,
they make Justice League offices and shit like that.
They dude, he was great, man. And I got to say, the crowd was all with him, through everything. They were all Dave Chappelle fans, and there was people of all color, look, letter identification in the crowd, and everyone was fucking laughing. It was a riot, bro.
People, this will
he
probably
rocked the room, dude.
This will probably get us pulled from YouTube as well. But the truth of the matter is, people, there's more of us. There's more people who believe what we believe. Not necessarily everything. You know what I'm saying? We probably disagree on a lot of things, but there's more normal people than there are those maniacs that are running out there that we're seeing on TV, these activists. You know what I'm saying? I saw a thing the other day, a 9 or a 10-year-old trans activist. First of all, there's no 10-year-olds that are activists. You can't be 10 years old and be an activist. You know what I'm saying? The hell are you talking about? There's no 10-year-olds. There's 10-year-olds being groomed by activists. That's what's being done, and that just got us pulled down too. But listen.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So, 10-year-old activist, and he does runway walks as a little female. It's like the youngest transgender person or whatever, and they're calling her an activist. Him an activist. It's a little boy, 10 years old. 10-year-old activist. Come on.
I don't even want to watch that video or that article, so I'm gonna blow right past it and get back to what I was trying to talk about. So I'm walking the Punchline. And I'm right by the Transamerica building, right? Which, do you know what the Transamerica building looks like? It's a pyramid. In San
It used to
Francisco.
identify as a circle.
Here's the Transamerica pyramid. It's famous in the skyline of San Francisco.
Of
right?
course. Very phallical.
Okay.
Like most big buildings. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Washington, all those places got these phallical.
And
Paris.
And so now this is a something that goes back to us talking about dates of stuff. The obelisk is all over ancient Egypt, and that's actually the name of the shape that it's not the Transamerica pyramid, but of the Washington Monument. It's called an obelisk. And it's in well, it's not just Egyptian, but it's in a bunch of ancient cultures all over the world. The same structure. You know, they're in Egypt, they're all over the world.
Yeah.
And they all look mad old. You know, Byzantine, they're all over the place. They're in the Vatican, all over Egypt, Turkey, whatever. So anyway, so I'm walking down near the Transamerica building, and then I see this building, right? Which is that same old stone structure that you see, right? So I'm walking by. Let's see, click on it.
And this is your video right here?
I took this video, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you see what I'm zooming in on?
What is that?
Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. You see it right here?
Yeah, what is that? Oh, the pentagram.
No, it's a Star of David.
It's a pentagram, dog.
Pentagram's 5, bro. This is 6.
Oh, that's what it is. 1, 2,
6.
3, 4. Oh, that's 6.
Yeah,
all right.
It's
All right.
Star David, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I see that, and it's
Pentagram
weird because
is 5. I always wonder what the difference is. I don't know. It looks just like it. Show me a pentagram.
Okay.
Those things always look the same. You know?
Yeah.
And I've actually read something that like they're not as different as you would think.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see it. They just don't.
Yeah,
They just don't
6.
pull the thing down
Right here. Yeah, this
Yeah,
one.
they don't pull that one down. All right.
Okay, so now let's get back to the video. So I see that, and it's also in a weird, you know, it's on a weird place, right? Like this is the fire escape, right?
Yeah.
So it's and this is the only place I saw it on the building, is that these were just on this wrought iron fire escape that was built on this building. Bizarre, right? So I'm just looking at the building.
The Scientology. Yeah, it's a little weird that they got the Star of David and it's the Scientology building. That's a little weird.
Like,
I think that's a little weird, but what do I know? I'm just a man with a GED.
I'm just a man who has a podcast with somebody with a GED.
Yeah, you know. That's probably why I don't buy the bullshit, man. I wasn't brainwashed for all those years.
I think he's talking about the first obelisk.
Yeah. What's up, King Handles? That's a cool name, King Handles.
It was his AIM
Egypt
Messenger screen name.
Egypt. He says it was Egypt.
So, bam. Obelisks or Tekhenu to ancient Egyptians first appeared in Old Kingdom Egypt 2649 to 2150 BC. These structures characterized by a four-side base that tapered at the isosceles pyramidion at the top initially symbolized rebirth and were used as funerary monuments. But that's if you believe that.
Well, I mean, yeah. You know, that could very well be it. You know, because even with that, you can it's still a rabbit hole. Stay off the weed. Come on, man. Don't why you gotta bring the weed in it? Maybe I was stupid even without. Maybe the weed makes me actually a little smart. You ever think of that? Do you know how dumb I am off this shit?
But yeah, man, they had these things here. I'm on the Wikipedia page now. Yeah, they have them all over the place. Jean Baptiste, France, Beethoven, Washington Monument, Buenos Aires, Indonesia, Dublin, Russian. This is in New Jersey, a war memorial.
The Russians look uncircumcised. Look how bold it is on the top, yo. Looking like a little hammer.
Now, I did just learn that was actually a biblical thing, the circumcision. I didn't know that's what that was from.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. That's why the Jews do it.
Yeah. Well, I assume that's probably why the Christians do it too, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it just looks better. The Traveling Runner says, on a side note, did y'all peep the findings of the Durham report? What's the Durham report? I heard of it, but I can't remember what it is now.
All right. Let's this is from ABC News, which means anything but coherent. After a 4-year probe, Durham report slams FBI for actions in 2016 Russia investigation. Despite Trump's expectations, the probe failed to produce any major convictions. Oh my God. Let's just stop with the fucking ads, please. Jesus Christ. I can't even look at the fuck you, ABC. We're going to a different article.
ABC. A bunch of cocks. Fuck ABC. Fuck NBC. Fuck CBS.
All right, dude. It's just like they make the whole fucking screen the ad, bro. How am I supposed to read this shit?
Yeah,
here you go. Well,
you gotta pay for a subscription.
Jesus Christ. The whole fucking screen. Special counsel John Durham concludes FBI never should have launched full Trump Russia probe. Special counsel John Durham concluded the FBI should never have launched full investigation into connections between Trump campaign and Russia during the 2016 election, according to a report compiled over the last 3 years by the Trump administration appointee released on Monday. Durham's 300 plus page report also states the FBI used raw, unanalyzed, and uncorroborated intelligence to launch the Crossfire Hurricane investigation into Trump and Russia, but used a different standard when weighing concerns about alleged election interference regarding Hillary Clinton's campaign, dog. This is CNN, dog.
This is CNN.
CNN.
And here's the thing, man. Shouldn't that be front page news? Back in our day, this would be front page news.
It probably is, bro. We just probably didn't look at it.
Nah, it's not front page news, man. Look at the homepage. Let's see where it is on the homepage. Go ahead. Scroll down the homepage. All right. So their number one thing is Home Depot hits the brakes.
Yeah.
That's their number one thing.
It's right here. Durham report failed to find the crime of the century.
Look where that is, dude. Look where that is. Now,
here, hold on, dude. Let's do the test, bro. I love it.
Because it's up on the top. I'll give them that, but it's like they didn't even put a picture of it.
All right, you ready? Let's go to
ABC's homepage. All right, they got it. They got it on the front.
Trump can try to spin the Durham report all he wants. Here's the truth.
That's funny. Trump could try to spin it. The dude Durham did the investigation. This is his conclusion. What does this have to do with Trump?
The Durham report doesn't just fail to live up to Trump supporters' expectations of spectacular vindication. It manages to fail on every other level as well. Durham fails to rebut the previous findings from Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Didn't we find in the Mueller report that there was no corroboration with Russia?
Yeah.
He fails to provide suggested changes the FBI can make moving forward. Oh, so he says what you should do instead. He didn't say what he shouldn't. He needs to tell us what we should do.
Yeah.
He fails to acknowledge how much of the winking innuendo the report includes wasn't proved in court. And ironically, he fails to realize the central argument includes a standard for politically charged investigations that Trump would absolutely hate to see put into practice.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
None of these failures are particularly surprising given the arc of Durham's investigation. When he began to wrap up in September, it was clear that he would be unable to live up to the right-wing hype. The only 2 cases that he brought to trial resulted in acquittals. One plea guilty obtained was of an FBI attorney for altering an email used to obtain a surveillance warrant for a Trump campaign advisor. But Durham still includes many of the allegations, all right, whatever.
That's hysterical.
Oh yeah, we got to finish going through the rest of them. Dude, so let's go to ABC.
But they always do that, man. All right, the 4 year old, that's ABC. All right, here we go. ABC.
Well, there's the debt ceiling that's also going on.
All right.
Beijing LGBTQ 6-year-old abducted. A Durham report. FOIA probe. Durham report slams FBI for actions. All right, that's actually pretty decent take on it.
Well, I mean, the headline sounds like it is, but when you read it, it's probably gonna go into some crazy shit. I find it so funny how they always try. Local irate over migrants being sent to live in elementary school gym in New York City, yo. Crazy. Those are all people breaking the law. I don't want to say criminals. They're not criminals, but they're breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? We going down the Freemason path.
With the obelisk or not. Sorry, we got a little sidetracked.
We got sidetracked.
The only corroboration with Russia was done by the DNC.
Yo, he said, are we going down that hole or not, yo? Yo, we're big up to bringing us back on track, dog. I forgot all about it. Oh, shit. That just probably made our comment of the day right there, man. Because we burnt, man. But I mean, listen, when it comes to that shit, there's obviously something up with it. Every place got one. There's something up with it. To be able to tie everything together, you really have to be a crazy historian. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and that's what I'm trying to become. Right?
Yeah, you really have to be a crazy historian, man.
But dude,
you got to take notes. And you got to have one of them boards with all the red ropes that tie everything together with the pins and shit. That's what you got to have.
That's what I should get for the background of the show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All the strings.
That's what you got to have. And it would take up your whole entire apartment. And you'd have to ask the neighbors if you use their walls. Because it's so fucking connected. It's ridiculous, man. All that shit is fucking connected. And when it comes to the Denver shit, I think if I went there, I would definitely feel like some sort of disturbance in the force.
Mm-hmm.
Disturbance in the force. Yeah, no doubt, man. I feel some sort of disturbance in the force for sure. What you looking at, Brian?
I'm just trying to get a good article. Whoa.
That shit is them shits are all fucking, in all reality, I don't even know, dude. I just know that, what did you find, yo? It's probably nothing. He always gets so excited that then he puts it out and it's like, from Satan to the Sphinx, the Masonic mysteries of DC's map. Oh, yeah, from my understanding, if you go from the top and you connect like a bunch of shit, it makes a pentagram.
Well, like that, so here's the thing about DC. DC was a planned city, right, for our nation's capital. Prior to that, it was in Philadelphia first, and then New York. The first Continental Congress in Philadelphia. But then they moved to DC, and DC was a swampland. There was nothing there. No one even wanted it, dude. The Native Americans weren't even fucking living there because it was so hot.
Nobody really wants it now.
It fucking sucked. So they hired a guy, Lafont, a French designer, an architect, and he was the one who built the city. And Lafont, do you know what it means in French?
No.
The baby.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So you want to read this article? I'm down to dig into this.
Sure, man. Sure, man.
The map of Washington, D.C., the story goes, encodes certain symbols of Freemasonry, symbols that go back centuries, if not entire millennia. Symbols, moreover, that have, and this is from the Washington Post, 1995 article, by the way, from Charles Paul Frund. And not only a hidden national history, but a hidden destiny as well. That there is something suspicious or at least suggestive about the city's geometry has been rumored for a very long time, no doubt since the heyday of anti-Masonic paranoia during Andrew Jackson's administration, which I didn't know existed. There was anti-Masonic paranoia, which is something that we might have to...
Why is it if you don't agree with something right away, it's anti? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it right away you're anti this, anti that? Because you just don't agree with it. Makes you anti. But I just don't agree with what you're saying. You know, I don't think it's good.
Now, with the explosion of popular interest in conspiracies and occult histories that they necessarily imply, such claims are growing in number and volume. Indeed, an hypothesis in this genre was reached at October's Million Man March when Louis Farrakhan,
Louis Farrakhan, son.
Farrakhan.
I'm sure you heard of him before,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I can't. Farrakhan. Was standing on Capitol's West Front, told a baffled national audience that the Capitol, the Washington Monument, the White House, and the whole city's monumental core had been placed and based in secret Masonic ritual. Farrakhan went on to sprinkle his extended remarks liberally with references to Masonic initiation rites, numerology, Egyptology, and other arcana. When it comes to National Capital's map, however, and the patterns that may have been traced into it by Freemasons, there are other thinkers whose visions either complement or compete with Farrakhan's in interest or of context. These two bear examination. Just trying to see if we want to skip down to some shit. No, we'll just keep going. A word or two of initiation. Masons have a confused place in the national imagination. Too many, they're charitable, fun-loving lodge members who engage in harmless fraternal rites. Some, their secrecy is suspicious. To a few, they are Satanists working to destroy Christianity and to take over the world. A handful of non-members identify with their precepts, although many of the nation's founders were Masons, including Washington, Franklin, Paul Revere, all the participants of the Boston Tea Party. All of the participants of the Boston Tea Party, which was actually the predication for breaking up with Great Britain.
Yeah.
There is a persistent conspiracy underground that for 200 years has regarded them as the front for some other force, the Bavarian Illuminati, which is another term for German, the International Jewish Conspiracy, pagan devil worshippers of Atlantis, which seeks to undermine American institutions and sovereignty. Currently, it's funny. That's the one that makes us laugh. We're like Bavarian Illuminati. Oh yeah, definitely that one. International Jewish Conspiracy, devil worshippers of Atlantis. Okay. Let's hold on.
That's the one.
That's a little out there.
You gotta have you have to have them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw in the crazy shit, man. You know, you have to. It's like, you ever notice, like, when you watch all those conspiracy things, right? It's like, it's all good. You're like all wrapped up, and then they do some stupid shit that makes them look nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll do some dumb shit in the video or whatever, or they like just start bugging out.
That's how people describe the first 5 minutes of our podcast.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like, it's great, and then after like minute 7, it just gets way off the rails.
Yeah, because I was gonna diss him, but then I'm thinking that's how I sound too, right? That's how I sound too, just completely off the rails. It gets crazy after a while, because that's what happens when people fucking lie to your face. You get crazy, and then when they're doing it and they're like accusing you, it's like when your chick is cheating on you, but she keeps accusing you of cheating. And the more you try to deny it, you just look crazier and crazier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you start to get angry because you know you're not cheating. You know they're the one that's cheating. So you start to sound like the fucking nut.
You know what fear I have, bro? And this is a fear I share for both of us, is that someday they come knocking and we both get locked up. And everyone's like, yeah, I just don't know what happened to him. Brian, just one day he went off the rails and we never heard from him again.
There'll be about 400 people wondering where we went. About 400 people will be like, whatever happened to Brian and Gary? They just stopped.
They had a really good, really good show. I haven't seen any Facebook.
Dude, I mean, look what they did. Look, has anybody seen fucking Ye?
Yeah, actually, I saw he was at a Chick-fil-A with his new girl the other day.
You saw a picture?
No, but I mean, sure. Yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't see a picture. Let's get back to this. Actually, I want to get back to the obelisk.
Ye, dude, if they could do it to Ye, we are not a problem.
All right. So this includes, above all, the particulars of the Great Seal pictured on the back of the dollar bill, which is its undeniably Masonic symbolism of an unfinished pyramid, the all-seeing eye, and the Latin motto that translates to New Order of the Ages. Even the number of feathers on the eagle of the seal's obverse has been linked to the number of degrees in the Scottish Rite Freemasonry. The seal appeared on the currency during the presidency of FDR. A 32nd degree Mason and purported prime mover of socialism in America is said to be no coincidence. And dude, that's what I saw on the alien, dude. It had the eye, and it was an unfinished pyramid with the all-seeing eye. Like, come on, dog, like, what the fuck?
But that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, when that lady came on and she's sitting there trying to debunk it, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's doing it in a way with an attitude as if anyone believes it, you're an idiot, as if there's no reason to even have that thought. There's no reason to go, why is that there? There's no reason to sit there and go, what is this new world shit? Like, how stupid are you to even question it? That's her whole attitude. And then to back her up, she brings the baby-eating blonde to freaking back her up. Yeah, because she's believable. You know what I'm saying? She looks like she makes fucking foreskin cupcakes. Get the fuck out of here, man. King Handel says, come knocking. You're getting booked for a show. You'll be the entertainment. Exactly. We'll get bored to a dinner. They're going to invite us to dinner, and we're on the table. We'll be on the table.
How would you want to be served, bro? I think I'd want to be served
al dente.
Yeah. I want to be served.
I don't even know what that means, but I just like the way it sounds.
Al dente means it means lightly cooked. It means you're a little undercooked.
Well, no, that's how they're gonna do it to everybody, dude. They want you to feel it. It's like the Terrorizer. You ever seen that movie, The Terrorizer?
No,
dude. I just saw The Terrorizer 2. Horrible, horrible. And listen, I was brought up on Jason and all these crazy things where, like, killing people in crazy ways is what made the movie. When I tell you The Terrorizer 2 was brutally demonic, and then Buddha tells me, yeah, my friend wrote that. And I said, you do know your friend's demonic. He's demonic, dog. I don't give a shit. I don't care if I know you too. I might know him too. I don't know. But that shit was demonic. Straight up. I got to stop watching those shits, man. It doesn't do good for my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here worshiping God in my car and coming home and just allowing the demons to run around my bedroom. It doesn't seem neat. I'm all fucked up. I'm all fucked up in the game, dude.
Whoops. Where'd it go?
What are we looking at?
This is the map of DC. And this guy has an article where he's going through, like, the distances of things is like, these perfect, like, equations and stuff like that.
Yeah. See how like he formed I saw that. I've seen something about that.
Yeah.
I found it to be very interesting, but it wasn't anything that I'd be able to remember. I'm not. That's why I didn't get so deep in it, because it wouldn't be anything I'd be able to explain. It's something that, like, I looked into, and then if somebody was to start talking about it, I'd be like, yeah, I heard about that. I couldn't sleep after watching the first Exorcist, dude.
Now hold on, King's Handle. Did we watch that together at Carly Corrado's house? I feel like we watched that together at her place. Let me know.
Yo,
8th grade.
King, I'm gonna tell you something, King. Or
The
the
original
original Pet Cemetery as well. I actually don't remember the original Pet Cemetery, but I'll tell you this. My friend Satan, but I'll tell you this. Exorcist to this day is still one of the most disturbing movies ever made. That shit will rock you even in today's standards. I think that is probably, and I don't like the new version, the old version. The new version with the chicks coming down the steps, you know, in the bend. You know, I mean, whatever. It was a freaky scene, but the old version just, even though her head spins around and there's a point where she's floating in the air and all that shit, it just seems a little more like, ooh, that shit could happen. Like, it just seemed more like it could happen. And I think I saw that. When did that movie come out? You know, when that movie came out, man, they weren't even letting certain people watch that movie. And some people were like watching it, then having to go to like see shrinks and shit like that when it first came out. You know,
possibly. Yeah. I think we saw it together.
Yeah, he said he possibly saw it together. I don't remember when I first saw it, and I don't know why I saw it more than once. I really don't. And I saw it probably more than twice, and I don't know why. That is a freaky fucking movie, man. Fucking freaky. Did you see what your cunting daughter has done? Hey, father, can you help an old altar boy? That's a freaky movie, yo.
Dude, it really is.
Yeah, man. You're all gonna die up there. You're all gonna die up there. I had an exorcist moment with my daughter once when she was young. We used to put her in those long, you know, like those long old school sleeping gowns. And me, my boy Peter George, my lady, and his wife, I think that's the one. Yeah, it was his wife. Now he's married. Big up to Peter George. We were all chilling in the living room. My daughter was in the room sleeping. And then she comes and she pops out of the hallway. She just looks at us and goes, I don't feel so good. and then goes, Blah! And I mean, just starts throwing up like I've never seen a child throw up in my life, yo. I was like this. I'm looking at her like this. And my wife's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm waiting for her fucking head to spin around. What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm not. But then I ran over there to like pick her up and pull her out. It was like and I said, man, that was like a straight up exorcist scene. I don't feel so good. And then, blah! The only time I ever seen puke like that again was when I came home that night hanging out with fucking Mark. And I freaking threw up all over my fucking apartment. The whole apartment. But in my defense, it was only a studio. But I mean everywhere. It was on the ceiling, dog. It was on the ceiling, dog. Don't ask me how. I didn't even try to clean it that night. I was so fucked up. I went to sleep, woke up the next day, and it looked like a murder scene in my house. You know. Where are you at? Because you're not here. So where are you at?
So I was just going down a rabbit hole.
I'm here.
So getting back to the Masons, right? There was something that we read in one of those articles that there was an anti-Masonry political party that was started by Andrew Jackson in the 1820s, right? So I was just doing a little digging about the Anti-Masonic Party, and this is something that me and you have talked about, actually, the history of political parties in the U.S., right? Because, you know, what they tell you now, the Southern Democrats are the Democratic Party now, or the descendants of the Democratic Party.
Oh, you're right.
But the Southern Democrats were the ones who wanted to bounce from the U.S. and to break off from the North, right? And that's the ancestors of the Democratic Party we have now. So this anti-Masonic party has a very, very interesting background, right? And this is something that I think you'd be interested in. So it was the earliest third party in the U.S., formerly a single-issue party. It strongly opposed Freemasonry in the U.S., and it was active from the late 1820s, especially in the Northeast, and it tried to become a major party, but it declined quickly after most of the members joined the Whig Party, and then it disappeared in 1838. However, the party was started because there was a disappearance of this guy, William Morgan, who was a Mason whistleblower, and he had been calling out stuff against the Masons, and then he got murdered. And that's when so the anti-Masons purported that the Masons posed a threat to American republicanism, right? And reported that the Masons posed a threat to this, and that they were trying to control the government, and that they were hostile towards Christianity. The Masons were, right? And then, you know, if we go into
everybody's hostile toward Christianity.
And now, you know, let's get to this. So William Morgan was a resident of Batavia, New York, whose disappearance and presumed murder in 1826 ignited a powerful movement against the Freemasons. After Morgan announced his intention to publish a book exposing the Freemason secrets, he was arrested on trumped up charges. He disappeared soon after he was believed to have been kidnapped and killed.
Yo, it must have been so, it must have been so easy to kill people back then.
No, you know this is actually really interesting where he's from. So this guy was born in Culpeper, Virginia, and Culpeper was actually named after, I believe, after a spy in the Revolutionary War. That was his nickname. It was Culpeper.
It must be crazy to be a spy. That shit must be crazy, dude. Or just to go undercover. That shit is crazy. I hate those kind of movies and shit where it's like people undercover. Gives me so much anxiety. Dixiecrats. Now we got to go down the Skull and Bones route.
All right. So I want to get back to this guy because he had a pretty interesting life. Morgan told friends and acquaintances that he had served with distinction as captain during the War of 1812, and his associates in upstate New York appear to have accepted this claim. Several men named William Morgan appear on the Virginia military rolls.
Militia rolls,
yeah. But none held the rank of captain, so no one's sure if that's really true. He was in his mid-40s, and he married a 19-year-old, which wasn't that odd back then. 2 years after his marriage, he moved his family.
Still, not for nothing, still legal today.
Right. He moved to New York in a colony of Upper Canada near Toronto, and he operated a brewery where his business was destroyed in a fire, and he was reduced to poverty. He finally returned to the U.S., settling first in Rochester and later in Batavia, where he worked as a bricklayer. Interesting.
There's a place in the U.S. named Batavia.
Yeah.
Wow.
Upstate New York, there's a lot of German names like that. Same thing with Pennsylvania. I mean, most of the white people in the U.S. are German background. I don't know if you knew that or not. It's like 40. It's like 40 or 50%. Yeah, German background. Yeah,
very interesting.
Yeah, most of the white people in the South are either German or English ancestry.
Very interesting.
Yeah, they all came over, and there was a couple waves. He returned to the U.S. Settling in Batavia. He worked as a bricklayer and a stonecutter. 19th century local history described Morgan as a heavy drinker and a gambler. But whatever. So
that was also a very popular thing to be back then. There wasn't much to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't much to do.
It's still pretty, a lot of men are still pretty big drinkers and gamblers today.
I honestly thought I would be a much bigger drinker than I am. Although I do drink every day, but I don't really drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drink every day. Like, I have 2 drinks. And I always say, I take like a half a shot in each drink. I don't even drink that much. I just don't like to drink soda. So I want some sort of alcohol in there. Regardless, let's get back over here. I'm so easily swayed.
Morgan claimed to have been made a master mason while he was living in Canada, and he appears to have briefly attended a lodge in Rochester. In 1825, Morgan received the Royal Arch degree at Roy's Western Star chapter, number 33.
Ooh.
Having declared under oath that he had previously received 6 degrees that preceded it, it has never been established that he actually received these degrees, and if so, from which lodge. Morgan then attempted unsuccessfully to help establish or visit lodges and chapters in Batavia, but he was denied participation by members who disapproved of his character and even questioned his claims to Masonic membership. Morgan finally revealed that he was going to publish an expose titled Illustrations in Masonry, critical of the Freemasons and revealing their secret degree ceremonies in detail. Morgan declared that a local newspaper publisher, David Cade Miller, why does that name sound familiar?
I don't know.
had given a sizable advance for the work. Miller is said to have been received the entire apprentice degree, the first degree of Freemasonry, but had been stopped from advancement by the objection of Batavia Lodge members. Morgan was promised 1/4 of the profits, and the financial backers of the venture, Miller, John Davids, and Russell Dwyer, entered into a $500,000 penal bond with Morgan to guarantee the publication.
And I'm guessing it never came out.
Yeah.
Of course not. Look, if you're going to write a book like that, don't talk shit about it.
Since
Just
Mason placed their
Just put it
hands on
out.
the Bible and promised not to reveal passwords and grips of degrees, several members of the Batavia Lodge published an advertisement denouncing Morgan for breaking his word by authoring the book. An attempt was made to set fire to Miller's newspaper office and print shop on September 11th, 1826. Morgan was arrested for supposed non-payment of the loan and allegedly stealing a shirt and tie.
And a tie.
On September 11th.
Oh, shit.
1826. He was jailed, and when Miller learned of this, he went to the jail to pay the debt and secure Morgan's release. Morgan was released, but then re-arrested and charged with supposedly failing to pay a $2 tavern bill.
Wow. Probably because they arrested him in the tavern and he never got to pay the bill.
While the jailer was away, a group of men convinced his wife to release Morgan. They walked to a waiting carriage, which arrived 2 days later at Fort Niagara. Shortly after, Morgan disappeared. Okay, so let's go through that again. So he was released and then rearrested
for $2.
For $2. And when the jailer was away, a group of men convinced the jailer's wife to release Morgan. They walked to a waiting carriage, which arrived 2 days later at Fort Niagara. Shortly afterwards, Morgan disappeared. Let's get all these windows up, actually.
It's pretty interesting.
Fort Niagara is a fortification originally built by New France to protect its interests in North America, specifically control the access between the Niagara River and Lake Ontario, the easternmost of the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
It's built by the same people as the Denver airport.
Yeah, probably. One of their relatives. You know what I'm saying? That's almost definite, but I don't know. We can't say that for sure.
The conflicting accounts of what happened next. The generally accepted version of events that Morgan was taken in a boat to the middle of the Niagara River and thrown overboard, where he drowned and never seen again. In 1848, Henry Valence allegedly confessed on his deathbed to taking part in Morgan's murder, a purported event recounted in Chapter 2 of Reverend C.G. Finley's Anti-Masonic book, The Characters, the Claims, and Practical Workings of Freemasonry. On October 27, a badly decomposed body washed up on the shore, and they presumed it to be him.
Here's the thing. They can't figure that out for sure now.
I mean, dude, there's just no way. Back then, bro, like there's no
but I'm
way.
saying, don't they still have the bones? Can't they exhume them? And but then what are they going to compare it to? I'm sure they don't got a brush of his with his hair on it or something like that. I get it.
Oh, dude. Hold on. This gets even crazier, bro.
That's a big assumption, man.
Soon after Morgan's disappeared, Miller published Morgan's book, which became a bestseller because of the notoriety of the events carried around the disappearance.
Oh, so the book did come out.
Miller did not say that Morgan had been murdered, but that he had been carried away. Accounts circulated of Morgan having assumed a new identity and settled in Albany, Canada, or the Cayman Islands, where he was said to have been hanged as a pirate.
He can't fucking get a break, can he?
Yeah.
This motherfucker can't get a break.
The circumstance of his disappearance and the minimal punishment received by his kidnappers caused the public outrage, and he became a symbol of rights and free speech and free press. Protests against Freemasons took place in New York and the neighboring states. Masonic officials disavowed the actions of the kidnappers, but all Masons were under a cloud of suspicion. Thurlow Weed, who owned a newspaper, a New York politician, gathered discontented opponents of President Andrew Jackson, a Mason, and into the Anti-Masonic Party, which gained the support of notable politicians such as William H. Seward and Millard Fillmore.
They obviously murdered the dude, man.
Yeah.
That's obvious. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying. Like if the Culpeper ring, but that's what I'm saying. If you're going to write a book exposing anything, people, don't talk shit that you're writing the book. Just write the book and put it out. You know what I'm saying? You got to surprise them. Even though the book got out anyway, but I mean, you know, big price to pay. You know.
So do you know about the Culpeper spy ring?
No.
Have you heard it?
I know nothing, dude. The one thing I know is that I know nothing. Okay, I'm learning things right now, man.
So
you're coming in blurry, just so you know.
Damn, it's probably because I have so many fucking internet browsers open, dog. How we doing? We doing better?
No, you got that Flintstone internet, man.
I got the Flintstone internet. It's because I got so many things open.
What are you on, Roadrunner? You remember Roadrunner?
Yeah, that was an internet service, wasn't it? What, didn't they have some like? Are you talking about? Yeah,
Roadrunner.
Yeah.
When you got HBO subscription, they gave you Roadrunner, and it actually had the Roadrunner.
Let's see. Yeah. So the Culpeper ring was a network of spies active during the American Revolutionary War, organized by Major Benjamin Talmadge and General George Washington in 1778. During the British occupation of New York, the name Culpeper was suggested by George Washington and taken from Culpeper County, Virginia. The leaders of the spy ring were Abraham Woodhull and Robert Townsend, who used the names of Samuel Culper and Samuel Culper Jr.
Robert Townsend, the comedian?
But yeah, so it was a spy ring that they had set up, and it was based in the name of Culpeper County, Virginia, for whatever reason. There was that ties to it. The first Culpeper court convened in the home of Robert Turman, 17-year-old. Oh, yeah. So because that's where Washington was from, I guess, or lived.
I'll tell you, man, that just must be crazy to be a spy, dude. That's got to be a crazy fucking life.
But how much easier would it have been back then? You know, would have been easier.
But even still, because if you're a spy, you know the corruption level of the people you're dealing with. As a spy, you know this. You're a spy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how do you trust anybody? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, man. How can you trust anybody? That's a crazy life, man. You know. And then, like, who was the first spy? Ooh,
Eve.
Yeah, you could probably find it in the Bible somewhere. You know, maybe it was what's his name? Who was it that betrayed Jesus? Why am I forgetting
Barabbas?
his name? No, Barabbas was the prisoner
the guy
that
who
was
got
next
freed.
to him. Yeah, what was his name?
Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, he was at the Last Supper. He's in the picture like this with his hand in his jacket. Judas, thank you. Saul, how you gonna be on here, Saul, and not say hello and let us know you here, dog? Big up to Saul and the beautiful lady in the picture with him, his wife, Mrs. Padilla. Be working off those old 50 free hours of AOL CDs. You remember that shit? You got those 50 free hours at AOL, yo. I liked Roadrunner. I ain't even gonna lie. I was big on the Roadrunner. Oh, he did earlier.
I'm sorry, so sometimes the comments don't come up into my spot.
Yeah, that's his way of saying he fucked up. But big up to you, so I hope everything is good, man. But yeah, man, who's Judas? Judas might have been the very first spy.
I gotta pee. Keep going. You're up.
You know, who knows? You gotta pee.
Yep.
Yo, Brian must have the smallest bladder that I've ever seen, man. It must suck to go on a road trip with him. He probably has to stop at every fucking rest stop. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, in a way, I travel with Mike Merck and fucking Terry McNeely, and we got to stop at every rest stop anyway. Their fucking assholes can't take you past an extra stop. What we do is stop at rest stops, and they blow up every bathroom. They're notorious. You know, I don't understand. They don't have pictures of them up in the 7-Elevens, not to let them use the bathrooms. Fucking horrible. Terry should wear a shirt that says, "We got to go now." Every time he goes into a bathroom, he comes out, he's like, "We got to go now." And that's how you know shit is overflowing and shit. If you want to catch me, man, follow me at Gary G. Garcia on Instagram, Facebook. See all the things that's happening in my very exciting life, if you want to call it that, man. And if you're in New York, man, come check out the Not Quite Tuesday midnight show over at the Grizzly Pear. We're doing it every Monday midnight. The Not Quite Tuesday midnight show. Come check it out, man. It's popping. We're getting regulars to come back, man. It's starting to become like a family thing. If you're not there, you're missing out. You know, what else do you got to do? Sleep. You'll sleep when you're dead. You know, come out. It's a Monday. Mondays usually suck, so why not look forward to something on a Monday? You start coming to the midnight show, then Monday morning comes, and boom, you're like, oh shit, the midnight show's tonight. Now you're pumped. Now you're ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? Get some laughter in you. Hey, welcome back, my small bladdered friend. Was it good? It
was great.
You feel good? Yo, don't you hate like I don't like using fucking restrooms anyway with a bunch of people. I hate that shit. But there's nothing worse than when you can't get a stall and you're taking the leak and the person comes next to you, starts taking the leak, and he's one of those you ever be next to one of them fucking moaners?
Or how about when somebody comes into you and there's obviously open ones, but they choose to be in the one that's closest to you?
Don't.
I immediately zip up, dog. I immediately zip up. If I'm actually ever using an urinal and someone else comes in,
that's when you turn completely to the side while you're urinating and just go, really, dog? Really? And then turn back and finish peeing after you just soaked up the side of his leg. I had a dude start a conversation with me once, man. I forgot where we were.
What did he say?
It's somewhere, dude just started talking to me while I'm,
you remember the ones at Yankee Stadium? The old ones at Yankee Stadium?
He kept talking so much that I said, yo, my man, I don't want to be rude, but you do know I got my dick in my hand right now. Like, I don't want to talk to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you. What are you making friends at the urinal for, man? It's not a place to meet people. The fuck are you doing? Saul, where you been, Saul? Did you catch the last episode? Because I finally fought that ticket. So if you haven't heard the story of the ticket, you got to check out the last episode and find out what happened with the ticket, man. I finally went to have my day at court. You know, check out the last episode if you didn't hear what happened with the ticket, man. I'm also getting ready. Oh, you did? Oh, very good, man. Yeah. I feel like I won that battle just the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I kind of won. $6, dude. And it's my bad. The truth is, it was my bad because then after I paid the $6 ticket, I ran to the town hall to go get my permit.
Yep.
And I was in and out in 3 seconds. It didn't even cost me nothing. So in reality, it's my bad. I should have just went and got the fucking thing. And if I'm keeping it real and full disclosure, I knew you needed a permit, but I never seen anyone fucking getting the permit. And I tried to get the permit during COVID and they was giving me a dance around. I just never tried again. But the truth of the matter is I should have did it. I was in and out in literally 4 seconds, dude. Stubborn? Okay. I'll take stubborn.
Lazy?
A little bit of that.
Unmotivated? Untalented?
Unmotivated.
Dull? No?
What are we talking about here now, man? Now you're just trying to insult me. Now you're just trying to insult me, man. You want to hear something weird? I was shaving 2 days ago, Sunday, right? And I nicked myself right here, right? Yeah. I felt it, but I looked, I didn't see no blood or nothing, right? Then when I was getting ready to go on stage, I go into the green room, which is the bathroom, because I don't tend to bar, so I don't get to use the green room. I go in there to check myself out before I go on. I noticed there's like a dot right there, scab. So, I do that and get rid of it. Boom, I do the show. I wake up the next day to go to the radio, dude, and I go into the bathroom, brush my teeth, and it's bleeding. It's like just dripping all down my fucking lips. So now I'm sitting there like this, trying to stop it. The fucking thing won't stop bleeding. It didn't even bleed when I cut it. It was just bleeding everywhere, dog. I was like this the whole time on the show with fucking paper tissue with red shit all over it.
Looking like a maniac.
Looking like a maniac, man. Trying to drink coffee. Fucking. Because every time I took it off, it just poured, and it was like a slight little cut, man. It was like nicking your balls. You ever nick your balls? That's horrible.
It hurts.
It just doesn't stop bleeding.
And then you take a shower, bro, and the water gets on it, and it stings. It's like
Well, no, I would nick it in the shower because I shave in the shower. I got those non-fog mirrors in my shower so I could shave, but they fog. I don't know why they call them non-fog. They fog. They fog right the fuck up.
It's a marketing technique.
Fucking bullshit.
What was I going to say? There's some comedian that always says that if you want to see somebody look immediately crazy, just give them a bloody nose. Like, 'cause you immediately look like a nut as soon as your face starts bleeding, man. Like, if you're in a public situation and someone's nose starts bleeding, everyone's like, "Whoa, shit, get out of here, nosebleed coming through, get away."
Yeah, that's one way to do it. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about you quoting other comedians on our podcast, but
it was Mike Merrick.
Was it not? No way. Put shaving cream on your mirrors in the showers, but then how do you see through the shaving cream?
You wipe it off.
Is that a stupid question?
You wipe it off. You put so much shaving cream on it, it layers a reflection back.
I think, how do you see through the shaving cream? Is that true? What did you learn that on TikTok? Wipe it off. The self. The duh was unnecessary. Okay. You said put shaving cream on it. You didn't say put some shaving cream on it and wipe it off. Okay. I was taking you at your no, I've been doing it for years. I feel like you got a full body mirror in your shower. Saul, are you a scaper, Saul? Common sense, G. Dude, I use my common sense. I don't have a lot of it. So I use it sparingly. Okay? I use it sparingly. But yes, I figured it out as I was saying that. I said, I guess you got to wipe it off. I'm going to try it. I'll let you know if it works. I feel like you learned that on TikTok, though. You know what I learned on TikTok? Every now and then you learn some shit on TikTok. Or Fog X. You know what? I bought the fucking fog thing for the car. For the inside window. Shit don't work. It barely wipes off the fucking window. It fogs up your window just with the fucking spray.
My Rain-X for the outside is the best. Got to get good.
Love it.
Yeah. Rain-X is amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, changes the whole perspective.
But then on the inside, man, you just have to keep it clean, which I'm sure you do. And then
my inside is so dirty right now.
Come on, G, you're better than that.
I gotta get it. The outside is spotless, but yeah, I gotta get in there and clean the whole thing out, change my mats, put in my summer mats. I gotta do that. I'm bringing my car in actually at 4:00 today, man. I just hit 35,000 miles.
Get it detailed.
I'm 5,000 miles over. I haven't even had the car a year yet, and I'm 5,000 miles over the.
What are you just gonna buy it or what?
I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them I'm going to buy it. And if they don't give me a good deal, I'll keep it. I love my car.
Right.
It gets me where I got to go. It gets me where I got to go.
It's a nice car.
I like it.
The G-Wagon.
The worship mobile.
Worship mobile. It should be white, though. I feel like it should be white if it's the worship mobile.
Yeah.
It's a fun car.
It is what it is, man. It's killing me, though. The cost of everything is killing me, man.
What, the gas?
Oh, my God. The amount of money I spend on gas a week. Probably close to 200 a week just on gas.
Really? That much?
A fill up is like $40. So it's like $160 a week.
You're getting 4 tanks of gas a week?
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah.
How many times you go into New York? Once or twice?
I go once, but then I go to see my daughter, which is like right next to New York. And then, it's a lot of traveling, man. I'm a traveling man.
Yeah.
You
should run. You should run like the traveling runner. Maybe you'd save some gas. He gets everywhere he needs to go.
You know I don't run, dog.
Unless it's away from something.
Well, I promised myself I wouldn't run anymore unless I definitely have to. It's a promise I made to myself.
Are you trying to do that for the ticker or what?
No, I'm just tired of running. And I run in my dreams all the time. Every single dream, I don't have good dreams. All my dreams are me running somewhere and I can't find the place. And then I think I find the place and I walk inside and it's not the place. Very stressful. That's very stressful. And then, or I'm being chased. So I'm always running, you know. I don't know what that means, but I don't think it's good. I don't think if they analyze my dreams, that would be good.
Not good.
You know, yeah, I'm always running. And it stopped for a while when I stopped drinking coffee at night. I had stopped drinking coffee at night and I was actually getting some decent sleep. And I still don't drink coffee at night, but now I'm running again. So I'm not drinking coffee at night again, but I'm running again. So I don't know. I wake up exhausted. Maybe that's why I wake up exhausted.
Because you're getting so much exercise, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why you look so good.
Yeah. I get all my exercise in my sleep.
Well, dude, what if that? You know what it is? I think I understand what the running is. That's you on the treadmill. That's you on the treadmill. You're creating energy. Yeah, that's what you're doing, bro. You're creating energy. That's what's going on right now. They got you tapped in, dog. Like the Matrix. You're just right in the back of the head.
My neck hurt, man. You just made my neck hurt and my chest, man.
Running, yes. So self-running. He's trying to escape the Matrix. That's what he's trying to get out. You're trying to get out.
Is it that I'm trying to escape, or is it that I'm trying to get somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Is it that I'm trying to get away? Is it that I'm trying to get away from something, or is it that I'm seeking something that I don't know what it is?
Well, you'll only know once you're there, my friend.
Look, don't get deep on me with your garbage, because that's like
not
the answer's
garbage,
nothing.
Bro.
That means nothing.
No, it doesn't mean nothing at all. It's either are you running from something or towards something. You only know when you arrive. All right, everybody.
But if you're running,
thank you.
But if you're running from something, then you will not arrive anywhere. You're just going to continue to run from it. Do you know where you're going to?
Well, no, you would arrive at the end.
That life is showing you. Where are you going to? I think it's I don't know, man. It's very interesting to me. Running is what is that? According to Google, running is trying to escape something. According to Google. Well, you know, if Google said it, then it got to be true, right? I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's not true. Maybe I am trying to run away from something. What? I don't know. What is it? What is it I'm trying to get away from? I don't know.
Neither do I, G.
I feel like I'm chilling.
I can't answer that.
You know, and I'm going to start working on the new studio this week.
Ooh.
I might start later today, but I also got to bring my car in, so I might not. But I'm going to start working. I've been looking at some of the pictures because I love my pictures back here. But we're going to keep Sade in the living room, and I'm going to set up shop in the back, get a whole bunch of new pictures. I went to this place the other day to look at some stuff. And I found some really cool stuff. I saw a real cool Tupac banner.
Ah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hook it up. So yeah, I'm gonna change up the studio. Hopefully by next week I'll have something set up. We'll see. I kind of like this. It's cozy, you know. I got my llamas in the back, you know. Yeah, I mean the llamas will come with me. You know, but yeah,
I like it. I like a dedicated studio space, man. You can be set up all the time, you know.
Yeah, I leave everything set up. You know, I don't have to fucking wake up 15 minutes earlier to set everything up. Dude, man, I'm operating today. I'm like 3 hours, man. Last night was crazy, man. You know, it's crazy when you drive for 2 hours and you get here and you don't remember. You know what I'm saying? I bugged out when I looked and I saw I only had 10 miles to go. I said, I only got 10 miles to go. I don't even remember passing through any of the fucking. Yeah,
well, you had the midnight show last night. That was last night. Yeah.
Yeah. And I get up at 5:15 for the radio.
That was this morning or that was yesterday morning?
Yesterday morning. Yeah. So Mondays are always fucked up for me. You know, Stormy, welcome back. How are you, Ma? So good to see you. Yeah, man. So the traveling runner says 4 out of 5 dentists agree that running in your dreams is a sign that you're running away from something.
I feel like the comment section is just us getting clowned on.
That's all right. Listen, if you're clowning us, I hope you liked. I hope you hit that little like button. You know what I'm saying? It helps us when it comes to the whole, we're caught in the algorithms. So we need you guys to help us in the algorithms to get that shit out there. We're working our way up slowly to more followers. But we need you guys to do it. Don't keep us a secret. That's always the problem. People who love me, they like to keep that a secret. It's like, shh. It's like I'm a guilty pleasure. Nah, tell your friends about us, man. Let them know that
they're embarrassed.
Yeah, of course. They're embarrassed to even admit they watched the fucking show. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, you ever listen to Rated G? He's like, that shit's like an hour and 45 minutes, dog. No fucking way.
Yeah, when I meet new people, they're like, oh, so what do you do for a living?
I said that's just like an hour and 45 minutes, and I looked up and we just hit an hour and 45 minutes. Look at that, man. I'm connected. Man.
It must be that obelisk you got in the backyard.
Yeah.
Or the thing in the back of your neck.
That sounds like it. That sounds like it hurts.
I'm glad I can't remember.
I'm rocking my llama shirt today. The llama shirts actually only got like a few left. There's only like very, very few left. I ran out of my logo shirts. I got to print more of those. There will be no more prints of the llama shirts. I think I have like maybe 10 left. And so if you want them, come to a show and grab one, And if you want to know where I'm performing, then like I said before, follow me at Gary G. Garcia. I'm okay. Good to see you both too. Like the show and I'll share. Stormy, thank you so much, man. Saul, you got to head out, fam. I love you too. You're not going to miss nothing. We're about to wrap it up. Like button on Hulk, smash status on my keyboard. Yo, traveling runner. You're that dude. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, yo. And Handles, you too, man. Appreciate y'all hanging and talking with us, man. Every Monday, you know where I'm at the Grizzly Pear Not Quite Tuesday show, and the rest of the week can catch me at AC Jokes. Go to acjokes.com. Follow Brian, man. Give him a follow at Brian T. Licata on Instagram. Post a whole cool clips from his podcast, and you can also check him on Yo Don podcast.
New episode coming out this week.
There you go, man. Big up, man. Peace.